Hey, good evening, fight fans. It's your boy Joe Martini back again, 2018. Let's make this a great year. I want to wish everybody a happy New Year's. Let's get right to it. We got a fight coming up January 6th, a championship fight. Only want to cover championship fights. This fight's going to be in Accra, Ghana. You've got Cesar Juarez. Cesar Juarez is going to be taking on Isaac Dogboe. This is going to be for the vacant interim WBO junior featherweight title. So basically, they had to come up with an interim champion because Jesse Magladano was injured. So whoever wins this fight will be fighting Jesse Magladano for the WBO junior featherweight title. After this win. Okay, Cesar Juarez, who is this guy? 20 wins, 5 losses, 0 draws. He's got 15 knockouts. He's fought in 148 rounds. He's been a professional for 8 active years. So he may be in boxing for more than 8 years, but 8 active years in years that he's actually fought or had some boxing. He's 26 years old. He's a 10th ranked super bantamweight right-handed fighter from Mexican. So he's a top 10 fighter, man, right now. He's action-packed, man. Some notes about him is he's fought in Mexico, the United States, and Puerto Rico. He's never fought in Ghana before. He's 20% of his fights have been against boxers with losing records. So out of 25 fights, we're gonna say 5 have losing records. He is on a 3-fight win streak right now. He's 1-1 against world champions, whether it be in the future, in the past, or in the present. Against guys who've won world titles, he's 1-1. He went 12 rounds with Nonito Donaire, 12 good rounds with Nonito Donaire. He also went 12 rounds with Juan Carlos Sanchez Jr. And beat him by decision. His only fight for a world title was against Nonito Donaire back in 2015, and he's never been KO'd. He has been knocked down in fights before, in 4 fights. 3 of them were losses, and he won 1, but he's never been knocked out. Julio Cesar Juarez has a combined winning percentage of 65%. His opponents have a 65% winning percentage. What that means is they've won 319 fights in their career and lost 171. So his opponents win 65% of their fights. That's not including draws. I did not include draws in this percentage. Compared to Dogboe, his opponents win 40% of their fights. So that means they've won 193 and lost 286 fights. So that's a 25% difference. I think it's a huge difference. I think that for that reason, one guy's ranked in the top 30 and the other guy's ranked in the top 10. The quality of opponents have been different so far in these 2 boxers' careers. So let's cover Isaac Braveson Dogboe. He's 17-0, 0 losses, 0 draws. He's got 11 knockouts in 93 rounds. He's a 6-year professional. He's 23 years old. He's 5'2" with a 66-inch reach. He's the 13th ranked super bantamweight right-handed fighter from Ghana. So he's number 13 in the world right now. Interesting notes about him is that 59% of his fighters he has faced, 10 have losing records. So out of 17 fighters, 10 have losing records. That's 59%, y'all. He's fought in 5 different countries. That's a benefit to him. He's never fought a world champion, though. Never. His highest ranked opponent that he ever beat was his last fight, and that was Javier Nicolas Chacon, who is currently ranked 65th in the world in the super bantamweight division. Dogboe is a He's wild. He's fast and aggressive. He's got good power, and he keeps his hands up, so that's a good thing about him. Yeah, pretty good fighter. His last 3 fights have been against the 183rd ranked super bantamweight, the 95th ranked bantamweight, and the 64th ranked bantamweight. So you see him slowly making his competition better, but never face a top 10 guy like he's going to be facing on January 6th. The last 3 fights for Juarez have been against the 39th ranked fighter in the world, the 30th ranked fighter in the world, and the 186th, 186 ranked fighter in the world. When Juarez faced a 186 ranked boxer, he knocked him out. When Dogboe faced a 183rd ranked opponent, it went to a decision. So if that tells you anything, that's pretty interesting. Guys, it should be an entertaining fight. Juarez keeps his hands up, and this guy likes to throw bombs, okay? He's not going to back down. Terrible defense, but he's not going to back down. He has more movement than any boxer Dogboe has faced up to this point in his career. I think he's a great counter-punching machine who will be a handful. So I think the only concern that he should have is if this goes to a decision, he has to make sure that he doesn't lose points on rabbit punching, headbutts, or anything stupid like that, as long as he attacks the body, like he did in his last fight, he's gonna wear this guy down, Dogboe. What Dogboe will need to do is he needs to be wild, he needs to be aggressive, to win this fight. He needs to keep his hands up. He's got good movement as well. I think that he needs to outland Juarez as far as punches, and he needs to utilize his jab and keep his distance. So he can do that. He's gonna win a decision, a hometown cooking, decision. He uses speed, and we'll see what happens. But my prediction for this fight, honestly, Juarez should have been facing McDonald, which is the champion. So I think that Juarez should win this fight. Will he be able to deal with the Ghanaian crowd? I don't know. The Ghanaian crowd is pretty tough. I think that in Ghana, because you can take 20 minutes to get to the ring, I think he'll be doing that. Even before the fight started, in his last fight against Chacon, it took him about 16-20 minutes to get to the ring, while his last opponent was sitting there waiting for him, standing there waiting for him. So I think that plays a big role, being at home. I think Dogboe is taking the right fight, because this is basically going to raise his credibility at 23 years old. He's either going to learn and be a legitimate top 10 dude that's fighting for a title. He's gonna fade, and be all hype, the undefeated guy that was all hype, if he loses his fight. So he's got to win this fight. It's his biggest fight of his career, the highest ranked opponent he's ever faced. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Juarez is gonna come out. Juarez is gonna attack the body. He's gonna be aggressive. I think that he might just knock this guy out in his home country, which is highly doubted though. But I see Juarez winning no matter what. I feel confident. Let's see what happens. Tony Weeks will be the referee. Tony Weeks is the kind of referee that doesn't get in the way. He lets two guys go at it. He'll break you up if you get tangled up, but I like Tony Weeks. He's a fair referee. He's an American referee, and he'll be in Ghana on January 6th to referee this fight. Let's see if the young gun man can stay undefeated and raise his credibility as a boxer against a top 10 dude, or if the top 10 dude will take care of business and keep his title fight dreams alive and make everybody happy from where he's from. First prediction of 2018, guys. Let's see what happens. Your boy Joe Martini won.